Hello everyone. Welcome to the second lecture of this procedure of doing literature survey, how to do the literature survey. Uh, Already we have discussed about the type of literatures, and there is here what are the three different steps to carry out the literature survey. One was your keyword search, the one is forward chronological search and backward chronological search. Now next is the uh, major publisher, means whenever we'll go for the literature survey, in that case which literature survey we'll select, because a lot of publishers are there, a lot of your research article you find related to different kind of publishers. In that case, some bogus thing also you'll find in the internet. Which are the good publisher which you can rely on, that the information which you can rely, and what are the different indexing and all that you can also rely over that. That also plays a crucial role while carrying out the research, because in your mail and all, you'll find a number of predictory journal which comes like your impact factor is like, as the impact factor is your your 13 10, likewise a lot of bogus things that comes. So don't follow any kind of that any that kind of journals that can publish us. Always try to choose the publisher for your good publisher for your literature survey. Good publisher, like you can follow this Elsevier. This, if you see the first three, it's Elsevier, Springer, and Taylor and Francis. I think it three are the major publisher nowadays. If you see related to any field, in Elsevier, Springer, and Taylor, a lot of public journals are there related to your area. You will find, you can consider this. These are the source of your literature. So these are the major publisher you can consider. At the same time, this Nature, Wiley, this Manny Publishing, all these things are considered to be the very prestigious, very good publishers. Any journal related to this particular publisher you can follow, because in each publisher you'll find a different kind of journal. A lot of journals are there. Good journals you can consider the high impact factor journal, low impact factor journal, or you may find some kind of Scopus Index journal, SCA journals, SSCA journals. So in that way, I can say that uh, these six I can consider, these are the good publishers. You can follow their research articles, and at the same time MDPI is also there. You can also follow the MDPI journals. Then this last one, this APS, AIP, IOP, all these are the society journals, which is also a prestigious one. As I belong to this mechanical engineering department, I know this ASME, American Society of Mechanical Engineering. It is definitely, it is a prestigious society, and to publish a journal in this particular articles, it is really prestigious kind of thing. At the same time, this American Physical Society, American Institute of Physics, Institute of Physics, American Chemical Society, all these things are really very prestigious, and you can follow their journal also. So these are the basic major publisher you can follow while doing the literature survey. Now next is how to assess how to assess different kind of journals. What are the different sites you will have to follow? You will have to go through to find different kind of journals. Basically, which I was discussing the previous slide, the journals of this Elsevier, Springer, and this is for Taylor and Francis. These are the different sites here. These are the different portal where you will find the journals. Here you will find the journals related to the Elsevier, that is basically the Science Direct. If you write Google in the Google Science Direct, you will get to the Science Direct's website. Then there you will find the option is keyword. There you can find the keyword. Then on which years the journal publication years you can select, and you will find different kind of journals. That is completely for the Science Direct. Science Direct is basically for the journals of Elsevier. Similarly, for Springer also you will find, yeah, you will get in the Springer. If you put the Springer link, you will find out the journal related to the Springer, Springer publisher. This Informa World is for the Taylor and Francis. If you want to download some of the journals related to the Taylor and Francis, you will find this Informa World. And for finding a journal for that where you are searching, their subscription must be there in that particular institute. If you search, in IITs and all in a good institute, you'll find this kind of SS. They generally, uh, they pay a huge amount of money to this publisher, and they get their subscription, by which the research scholar who is working in that particular organization, they can download the journal, uh, you know, uh, of that particular publisher. At the same time, you can take the help if you are not belongs to if you are in an institute where this kind of subscription is not there. You can take the help of your friend who are in a good reputed organization like IITs and all, where easily they can download that one. Okay. Then next is this here this particular here this yes, Crossray was it that also that is also a platform where you will get the here some kind of here journals. At the same time, this Ingenta Connect, that is also basically it's considered to be the world's largest source for this your scholarly publication. And at the same time, this plura.aps.org. This plura is basically, I think it means physical review online archive. That is basically plura. Yeah, plura. And this APA is basically American Physical Society. All journals related to that, you can go to this particular link and you can download that one if the subscription is there. At the same time, if you are in the research gate, in that case, if you are a lot of people, you'll find their name in the research gate, and you can put a request to the particular author for getting their full research article. In that case, generally what happens, if you are putting a request, generally the authors, uh, they send their article to you through this resource gate. This is also considered to be a platform where also you can get the publication. But altogether, these are the basic thing. This Science Direct, Springer Link, the Informal World, all these, this website where you can get this good publishers journal. At the same time, you can search something by going to the Google Scholar. In Google Scholar, you may find all kind of journals, whether it is from Elsevier, whether it is from the Springer, Taylor and Francis, MDPI, all kind of journal you will find. But for that, you will find the journal names or their authors and the abstract. But to get the full paper, you have to search in the institute where the subscriptions is there, a free subscription is there. Otherwise, you have to pay something to download that. Okay, so these are the basic online portal where you will get the different type of journal. Then this procedure of literature review, what is the basic procedure? Means suppose you are able to download all the papers related to the particular area. Now, uh, how you will proceed for the literature, subject literature? So these are the basic 7 steps which generally people follow for doing the literature review. First thing is that you're identifying the question. Means on which area you want to do the research. That always matters. Means broad area of the interest. Then next is review discipline styles. Means your on which particular things you want to download, that also matters. These two are similar kind of things. This identify a question and this review discipline style. Once you'll select, yeah, once you'll find out your this once you'll find out this area of interest, your broad area of interest, then you can go for the search of the literature, which we were discussing the website and all, a Google Scholar or this Science Direct or Springer link, where you can directly type, yeah, or the Google Scholar you can type, and from there you can copy the article, your article name, and you can put in that particular this you can say that site which is a subscription, a free subscription in the institute. Otherwise, you can copy the DOI of that particular article, and you can take the help of your friend who is in the good institute where the free subscription is there. Then this your what are the author, yeah, what are the paper which you are downloading, that you have to manage your references, that you have to write in a particular fashion. Then next is critically analyzing and evaluate, means from each article what information you are getting, that you have to study properly and you have to find out the critical finding. Okay, and for each article you will have to find out the critical finding, at the same time you have to find out the research gap. Then you have to synthesize, you have to arrange all the article which you have gone through while you carry out your research literature survey. Then you have to write in a particular sequence. Particular sequence means in a chronological order you can write, or on the basis of a particular technology, on the basis of a particular things, a development, you can arrange your number of literature. Then that, that that writing, it is considered to be, if you are if you are interested to write a review article and or then you can write the review article also. But up to that you can consider to be a literature survey. And if you are going for literature review, a review article writing, then you have to write a review articles. Then literature survey list, how you will carry out the research, your literature survey. See, for a particular area you may find a huge number of paper, a more number of paper, and it is not possible for any author or any researcher to read all the articles. Now uh, you have to distinguish between the important article and the not important articles. And that distinction you can do on the basis of the citation. Citation means if one article has been followed by a number of people, it has been cited by a number of people, you can consider that as important. But at the same time, it is not always correct. You can say if one article has been published recently and it has not been cited by many people, you can also consider that one as a important one. And but on the generally people, they consider this importance of the article on the basis of the citation, because the researchers related to that particular topic, they are using that article while carry out their research work. And then something something new or something kind of your important observation should be there in the article, that's why people are following, so you have to arrange the number all the articles on the basis of their importance. And you can segregate in three different way, like this importance, then non-important and average. Now this important article, you can consider that all the important articles, suppose you are getting 10 important articles, that you will have to go for a thorough study, a thorough reading. That you have to read all the important article. And non-important, okay, if you are finding suppose um, 10 or 15 articles are not important, you can keep, but it is not advisable to study read all the articles. Then for average, like generally it says that if you're finding that it is necessary to read some kind of article, you may read, otherwise you can keep in a separate folder. In that case, whenever you are doing for a literature survey, try to make three different folders. Yeah, this is important, this is not important, but and one is average. Now out of these three different segregation, you may say that important means you will have to go for a thorough read, and this non-important average, whenever you need, you may go through that. And this non-important, that if it is really need sometimes, in that case you can go through that, otherwise you can keep that in a separate folder. And all these three will be from your area of interest. It is not like that you are downloading something, you are from another area paper as a non-important. But see, all paper must be from your area of interest, and in that case importance you can give that, yeah, which is more important to your topic, on the basis, and that you can distinguish on the basis of their number of citation, or or on the basis of the concept which you are getting from the paper. So on the basis of that you can segregate the number of articles. Now literature review metrics. It is basically the summarization of all the literature which you are following for doing your research work. And that metrics you can you can form uh, by making into six different category, six different steps. Like you have to uh, whenever you are going for the literature review, whenever writing a literature review, in that case you have to make your six different column. One will be the number, other one will be the reference. Then the study parameter on what the article is based, means the main gist of the article, on which parameters the article is based, important things that you have to write. Then focus on which things that article has been focused. If it is an experimental work, then what kind of experiment he has done, what kind of finding he has got from a particular area, that you have to find out. Then the gap, and this focus and this finding, that will be this gap you can write at the end, at the last column, and this finding you can keep at the 5, and gap can be, you can make it a 6 one. Then what are the main focus of this particular article, that you will have to write. Then the findings, what are the things it has been observed, it has been got from the result of the article, from their work. Then the gap, what are the things which has not been done by the authors, that will be considered to be a research gap, right? Then this focus, on the basis of the focus you can segregate the number of articles. Means, suppose you are doing a literature of 50 number of articles. Now in some paper you're finding the focus is different, some other paper you're finding the focus is different. So you can make a segregation, you can do the segregation on the basis of their focus or on the basis of their finding. Then you have to find out the research gap. Now in the tabular format, I will write, this is basically a typical paper related to material science field, thin film coating field. And this is a serial number. This reference you can go, you can, here it is written as the this author name, the year, and the journal name, but you can write the complete references by going to the Google Scholar. If you are writing the topic name, then you will find different style of reference that you can find out, and that you can paste out here. Then the study parameter, what are the basic parameter which has been used for the study of the particular work, that you have to write out here. Just in this paper, the mechanical properties has been analyzed of a particular coating, okay, by using a particular technique. This particular coating has been made by this technique, and the mechanical properties has been analyzed. These are the three basic things: the mechanical properties, this particular coating, and this particular your method which has been used. Then main focus was, this coating has been made by this iron incorporation. See, a lot of DLCs are there, which is the main focus for the manufacturer, for the preparation of the DLC. So in this case, this iron incorporation is there, means along with DLC, iron has been incorporated. That is considered to be the main focus of the article. Then what are the findings in the article? They have got the different kind of properties like typological properties, coefficient of friction, maybe the wear rate, or some kind of Raman and XPS analysis has been done. Now, what is the gap in the article? They have made a iron incorporated DLC coating, means a kind of material they have made, but they have analyzed this typological properties. However, the mechanical properties has not been analyzed by the particular authors. Now you can consider that if you are not finding any articles related to this iron incorporated DLC film, in that case, if you are making similar kind of your material, and we are giving more stress to the mechanical properties rather giving this coefficient of friction and all, that will be considered to be a new kind of work. So likewise, whenever you will make a literature review of a number of articles, this research gap you will find from each articles, and on the basis of the research gap of each article, you can find out your topic. What will be your research topic, that can be decided from this research gap. Now, this literature review analysis, how we'll do this, the segregation. Suppose you are following 50 number of articles. Now, which article will write at the starting, which article will write at the end. In that case, you can write in a chronological order, means in a year-wise. Suppose recently published article, you can give the reference as your, give the number as 1. Likewise, you can go in a particular order in a chronological way. Otherwise, this advancement on the basis of the technology. See, which technology has been used in the article. If similar technology has been used in a number of articles, you can write that number of articles in a particular place. Then the other articles you can write in other place. Then the weakness and the strength, means what are the weakness and what are the strength of this uh, you know that particular article. On the basis of that, in a particular topic, if you are segregating on the basis of the strength and the weakness of the work related to that area, that will be also considered to be a kind of segregation. Then geographical, sometimes those who are doing the analysis, statistical analysis in the social science and all, they analyze, you know, they analyze, mm, yeah, do the research on a particular topic, on a particular areas, yeah, on a particular cities. Now, suppose someone is doing research over the, this human behavior of, of a country in Europe, and you can segregate the, this country in a Europe, like in Eastern Europe, you can make all the articles which has been published related to the country in Eastern Europe. Then you can write the countries related to the Western Europe. Then you can come to the Asia. Likewise also you can segregate. Then in the question, you can put different kind of question related to that topic, and on the basis of the answer to the question, you can segregate the number of articles. Then write the literature review analysis. The main thing of this, writing part of the literature review analysis is summarize the source and provide the transitional connection between each group of reference. Then highlight the past research accomplishment. That is also already we've discussed this thing. Then evaluate the weakness and the gap of the previous research. That is very important. This third point is really important because uh, on the basis of that only you can select your topic. What is the weakness of the article? What research gap you are finding from the article? That makes a very important point out here. They connect the review analysis with your research. That connect the review analysis with your research. That is also important thing. Whenever you're going for a literature review analysis, you have to give, these are the points you have to give focus. Now these are the golden rule from all this, your above discussion which we have discussed in the previous slide. From all this discussion, we got these 5 different points. How this literature survey helps and to carry out the research work. The first thing is that report the status of and accomplishment of the previous researches. That literature survey, it helps to report the status and the accomplishment of the previous researchers. That is a, you know definitely it is a very important thing, because if you are doing a literature review, in that case you'll find the accomplishment, yeah, the success, yeah, the work done by the other researchers related to that particular area, and it always helps you to choose a particular topic. Otherwise what will happen, if you not go through a proper literature survey, what will happen, uh, some cases some kind of duplication you may find. So duplication is not advisable in carry out the research work. So that is important. Then next is evaluate the weakness of the previous researches. That is basically considered to be the this research gap. Means if something is done related to the topic, now what disadvantages, yeah, what gap is there related to that topic? If some gap is there, that gap you can fulfill by doing a good quality research work. Then the group articles are together based on a certain criteria. Yeah, on a particular criteria, you can segregate the articles and divide the articles. That is also important, because randomly you cannot do the literature survey. Like one one article related to one technology you are writing at one place, then after that you are changing something different, then you are writing some other kind of article. That is not correct. In a proper fashion you have to write. Means sequentially, chronologically also you can write. Else, on a specific topic, suppose I can give you example related to the material science one. You can sense, I can consider it to the subcomputing part. Suppose someone is doing research related to a management field. In operation management, what happens, people they use some kind of multi-criteria decision making technique for carry out their research work. Now, whenever they are using a multi-criteria decision making, a number of techniques are there. Suppose 20 number of techniques are there. Now, whenever he is going for a literature survey, in that case, he can segregate the article on the basis of the MCTM technique. Suppose someone is using a MCTM technique called TOPSIS. Now, he can write all the articles where this TOPSIS technique has been used at one place. Then he can write other article where the other techniques has been used. Else, what he can do is, if someone is doing work related to a in a supplier selection. Now, for a particular industry, you can segregate. Suppose in a textile industry, different kind of techniques has been used for the supplier selection. Now, uh, but for all kind of techniques which has been used for textile industry, that you can keep it at single price. Then for any kind of medicine industry, you can keep it other price. Likewise, this segregation is important. You cannot randomly write all this number of article. In that case, what will happen? It will not be considered to be a useful one. You will be confused. So you have to make a proper this a proper uh, order of writing a this literature survey. Then the provide a critical thinking. Provide a critical thinking means whenever you are writing whenever you are studying or reading a other people's work, in that case you have to provide a critical thinking related to that particular topic. Okay. Then link the review with what you want to do for your research. Definitely, if someone has done something, now what new you want to do, and you can make a link. Then only whenever you write your thesis, whenever you write your article, in that case it will help for you, because whenever you are writing an article, you have to write how why this topic is important, why you have considered this topic as your research work. That means you have to write these are the things already people have done related to that, and by doing that also these challenges people are facing, and that challenges we can overcome by doing the analysis in this way, by doing the work in this way, and that is your work. Means some how your work is different to others, and what benefits you are getting by doing the kind of work which you are doing. That is also very crucial. That linking is important, because whenever you submit an article in a good journal, they generally say that this article is there is no continuity in the article. Means you cannot write something in a different context in one paragraph, in the other paragraph in the other context. In that case, you will not be advisable. Proper continuity should be there. This is the thing has been done by other people, but by that these are the problem also people are facing, and that problem can be overcome by using this kind of thing, and that is our major objective. Yeah, that is our major objectives. In that way, you have to do the literature. So altogether, I can say that this is, I think, yeah. Altogether, I can say that this your your literature survey, that is I can summarize something from this lecture, that literature survey is considered to be a backbone of any kind of research. If you are doing a research, you have to do the literature survey properly, whether you are a uh, whether you are doing the research for the starting time or you are experienced researcher. For any topic, you have to do the literature survey. The other thing is that for doing a literature survey, you cannot think that literature survey only you have to doing at the starting of the research work. It is a continuous process. Throughout the research, you have to do the literature survey, by which you can get the up-to-date knowledge related to that particular area, right? Then third thing is the procedure for how to do the literature survey. These are the three things which I discussed. That this searching of the literature, the keyword search, forward chronological source, and backward chronological source. These three way you can save your time to do the literature, because if you are using this forward and backward search, in that case directly you will get number of articles from the single articles. Now that number of article you can search and you will get, right? Then this your different source, you have to choose a proper source, like proper good publisher like Elsevier, Springer, Taylor and Francis, Manley, yeah, some society journal. Otherwise, a lot of bogus journal you will find. Don't try to follow this bogus journal accredited journals. And some links, some different website I have showed in my previous slide, that how to get the journal related to this LCP publisher, yes, Springer, or Taylor and Francis. They are the website you have to follow. If your university is not, were not subscribed and not authorized for the subscription of that particular publisher, in that case, you can take help of your friend those who are in the institute where the subscription is there. Yeah, free subscription is there. Definitely, it will help for you to find out the literature survey and to do the literature survey. Thank you.